Hi guys, the Black Widow here. Welcome back to my channel. So I am now going to be answering the questions that I was asked. This is my Q&A video. So let's start with question number 1. This question was asked by Bug Realms. Really lovely guy. I'll drop his link in the description. Go check him out. Really cool. And his question was, what drew me into stick insects? So he's obviously recently seen that I have acquired 2 stick insects, and he would like to know what drew me to them. So the answer is not really that fancy or that in depth. I mean, basically, I love all bugs, all insects, and I got some tarantulas, and I had a mantid, and I saw on Bugs UK, which is a website that you can purchase bugs and tarantulas and all sorts of wonderful things, and I saw that they had this particular stick insect, Heteropyteria dilatata is the scientific name. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. And the picture was of a female, and they're very large, and they're bright green, and I thought, wow, that's stunning, that's amazing. I'll drop a little photo down now. And I thought, yeah, why not own something as cool as that? And it's big, and yeah, so that's basically the only reason why, because I like them. They're also really easy to keep as well, which just is just a bonus, really. They're really simple to keep, and you can handle them as well, and they're not usually aggressive. They do have one defense mechanism, which is they get into this sort of position, so their bum and legs are up in the air and their face and front legs are downwards, and if you were to get your finger between their back legs, they snap them shut, and they do have some little spiky bits on them, so it could hurt, and they can draw blood when they get a little bigger, but again, it really wouldn't be too terrible. So yeah, that's my answer to question 1. Thank you, Bug Realms, for asking. Now, question 2 comes from the lovely tarantula cat. Again, if you don't know her channel, link will be in the description. Go and check her out. Another awesome tea channel. And her question was, do I ever get judged for having tarantulas in the house with children in the house? The answer, unfortunately, is yes. And I do, basically my answer to this is that I do appreciate why some people may be concerned, because yes, I do have some tarantulas that have slightly higher potent venom. Again, I don't own anything that would likely kill anybody, but that doesn't mean that a bite wouldn't be pretty brutal. Now, I'm a really responsible keeper. All of my tarantulas are in locked, so like lockable tubs, so at the sides kind of click in, and I will eventually be transferring them over to glass or plexiglass sort of vivariums, terrariums, whatever you want to call it, enclosures. The reason I haven't started doing that yet is because the lids are usually just slidable, really easy for a child to get into, which is why I haven't done it yet. I will be moving hopefully by the end of this year, and I'm going to eventually build my own outdoor, I guess, spider shack, my own little spider area, which the door will be locked to. It will be in the garden, and so basically the children will have absolutely no access to these spiders. My son, who is 9, he watches and does help in regards to the spiders. Again, he doesn't get very close, but he does watch and he does participate, and as my baby grows, she will learn to respect these animals as well. My son does know that you cannot touch and that it is only to look, and he understands about the venom and the risk that it involves. So yeah, that's the answer to Tarantula Cat's question. Yes, I unfortunately do get judged for having spiders in the house, but it doesn't concern me too much, because unless you know me, you would know that I am an incredibly responsible keeper. So thank you for the question, Kat. So question number 3 comes from the lovely The Spider Woman. I will drop her name and link down in the description. Her question was, I used to have a snake, a big Burmese python, and I've had some boas in the past. And her question was, if I was to ever get a snake again, would it be a large snake or a small snake? And the answer to that is, it would be a large snake. I'm not a massive fan of the corns, rat snakes, king snakes, even ball pythons. I prefer Burmese pythons, reticulated pythons, boa constrictors. I don't know why. I guess that's just personal preference. Yeah, so it would be a big snake, and I am going to Doncaster Reptile Show this year in September, and I am hoping to acquire a snake or two from that expo. I can't have many snakes right now because I don't have the space for them, but I do have enough space to have up to around 3 baby snakes, a boa, burm, and again, as I said, I'll be moving house, so hopefully I will be able to give them a lot more room. So yeah, that's the answer to your question, the Spider Woman, so thank you. So this next question comes from Champagne1872, and her question was, or he, I'm sorry, I've not met these people, so I don't know. The question was, would I ever own some crabs or for example, like a pacman frog, something a little different? And my answer to that question is absolutely. When I go to BTS this year, again, who knows what I'll come back with. I might come back with some crabs. I did consider doing it when I went to the Northern Invert Show 2 months ago. I didn't purchase them in the end because at the time I had not prepared myself to come back with anything water-based, so I didn't have an enclosure set up at home that would be sufficient for it, and I don't agree in just buying something on a whim and not being able to take care of it properly. After doing a little bit more research on pacman frogs and crabs and lots of other inverts, I now know and am prepared for other things that I may bring back. So yeah, maybe watch this space. Maybe when I come back from BTS, I will have something slightly different. So thank you for that question. So the next question comes from Collection of Unseen Nature. I will drop everything will be dropped down in the description anyway, so do go and check out these lovely, awesome people. The question was, how do people react to tarantulas in my house, especially if they come and visit? Most of the time it's with curiosity. People eye up my shelf and they'll ask me questions. A lot of the time they don't want me to get a tub and open it up and show it to them. I respect that. There's only one person that really struggles with my collection, and that's actually my auntie. She has a major phobia which I don't think she'll ever be able to overcome. When she was a child, there was a really nasty incident when she was in America. Someone put quite a venomous spider down her top, and she squashed it against her chest, and it's freaked her out ever since, and I don't blame her, to be honest. It was a really awful experience for her. This is why I don't post pictures or my videos on my Facebook page. I have a completely separate Instagram page because she cannot even see pictures of spiders or tarantulas. She is completely terrified, and I respect people's phobias. I would never do anything to frighten anybody. If my friends come to my house and they don't want to see, then I simply don't show it to them. I would never go and drag something out and be like, oh, look at this. I appreciate that this is not for everybody. So that's the answer to that question, and thank you. The next question is from the lovely channel The Boxing Boa. Go and check him out, another awesome channel. And his question is, how many children do I have? And what got me into moths? So as some of you may have seen, I've recently acquired some little caterpillars that will eventually cocoon and turn into death hawk moths. So that's quite a mouthful. So the answer to the first part of that question, how many children do I have? Children of my own, I have 2. I have a little boy who's 9, and I have a baby girl who is 8.5 months old. But on top of that, I also have 2 sort of stepchildren. I'm not married, but my partner has 2 children. He has a girl, and she's 15, and he has a boy who's 10. So there are 4 children most of the time in my house, on and off during the weekends. So my household is a very busy household. My children are called Isaac, that's my little boy, and Marcy is my little girl. So yeah, I have 2 children, but there is 4 children between me and my partner. The second answer to so the second question was, why did I get into moths? What drew me to them? Again, there's no real answer to that. I know that they're super easy to keep, and that these types of moths can be released into the wild. and I was browsing eBay for stick insects and things like that I was purchasing, and these moths cropped up, and I thought, wow, they look fantastic, and I've never had anything like that before. So I just thought I would give it a go. I am yet to know whether or not I'm very good at keeping them. I'm still waiting for these caterpillars to pupate. It shouldn't be too long now, but then we have to wait for them to emerge, and I have to, they take a little bit more care than you would think. The leaves that they live on, which is I think it's called privet, has to be changed every single day because any stagnant air is really, really bad for them. So I'm having to change that every single day, on top of trying to incubate the chicken eggs that I have, and I have to turn those 3 times a day. And then I have to feed and water my tarantulas. I have to feed and look after my baby, do the school run. So it's a very busy household. But yeah, there's nothing that particularly drew me to them. It was, again, just another awesome invert, and I thought, do you know what? Why not give it a go and show some people something different? I like to have a variety of things to show people, so that people can basically not be afraid of these creatures. So thank you for your question, Boxing Bella. So the next question comes from Draco's Teas, and I want to give him a massive shout out. Everybody needs to go and check out his channel. It's an awesome channel. I don't know why it hasn't just taken off yet, because it's one of my favourite channels out there. So please go and check him out. It's really simple because the link will be in the description. His question was, do I like spiders as much as I like tarantulas? And what he means by spiders is true spiders, or things like huntsman spiders, fast, smaller, usually slightly more potent venom, so like the tunnel web spider, things like that. People may not like this answer. The answer to that question, unfortunately, is no. I'm not a massive fan of true spiders. They creep me out, and I know that's a bit strange considering I really love tarantulas, and tarantulas don't frighten me. But true spiders and normal standard spiders, so like a common house spider, oh my god, they really creep me out. I don't know why. I think they're not usually very attractive, and they're very fast. They're usually not aggressive, although true spiders are, but I mean, your common house spider and things like that. The only exception to this is jumping spiders. I do really love jumping spiders, and I hope to own some again at some point. So yeah, that's my answer to that question. The answer, unfortunately, is no. They really freak me out, and I hope that one day I can kind of overcome that, because there are some awesome true spiders that I completely respect, but I just don't know if I could ever own them. And so the last question is from the Beginner's Burrow. Again, go check out their channel, very awesome channel. And the question was, he saw in my video my collection was usually behind me. I've actually moved it due to my baby starting crawling, so I've moved it. And the question was, is that your collection behind you? The answer is yes, that was my collection behind me. I've now moved it into a different corner of the room, which I'll show you in a minute. And his second part of that question was, how do people react to the tarantulas being out like that? I've kind of touched on this in one of the other questions. People usually react with curiosity. They usually sort of look, and they are, oh, what's in all of those tubs? And when I tell them tarantulas, the reaction I usually get is, why would you want to do that? But then it usually follows with, okay, well. And sometimes people will say, oh, can you show me something? Most of the time, if I say, do you want me to show you something, a lot of the time the answer I get is no, thank you. But that's absolutely fine with me. So yeah, I hope that's answered the question, and I hope that I've answered all your questions sufficiently, and that you've enjoyed this video. And please thumbs it up and comment down below, or subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet done so. I will be doing a giveaway when I get to 200 subs. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to continue to keep doing these kind of topics now and again. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. So this is where my collection is now being stored, over in the corner of the living room, because I can fit a stairgate across the front, which just keeps it out of the way. Don't worry about that speaker. We very rarely have any kind of music blasting out because we have a baby now. So I am not disturbing the teas. They are not currently being used until we move house, and then I can move the spiders again, hopefully into my own personal outhouse.